Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me here today. If you're new, I'm Amanda. Welcome to the channel where we are all about shattering the mental health stigma. If you haven't already, please make sure you make sweet, sweet love to that subscribe button. Give the bell a few kisses so you're not missing any of this content designed to help you with your mental health or help someone else. And if you're needing some extra help, trust me, I know what it's like to feel stuck, to feel overwhelmed, and to feel like you have no idea how to get out of that dark place. I created my Happiness Boost course based on the exact steps I took to go from being in this place of anxiety and depression and addiction to living a thriving life. This isn't about quick fixes or pretending everything's okay, because I know we've all had enough of that. It's about making small, meaningful changes in your life to find a mental balance. So if you're struggling, this course might be just what you need to start moving forward, even if you feel like a hot mess, even if change feels impossible. To start your healing journey with me, click the link in the description or go to amandawebsterhealth.com/happiness-boost. And as a way to celebrate my upcoming April 1st birthday, all students that sign up before April 15th will get a free 10-minute video call with me. Thank you so much for continuing to allow me to be part of your healing journey. Now let's dive into today's reaction. It's going to be Wait and Bleed by Slipknot. A lot of you have been telling me to go back to Slipknot. I've done a few reactions here on the channel, and this was the top requested song. So as always, I just like you guys to know that I'm listening. Here we go.
This song is called Wait and Bleed.
Down here, the stone of leaves. I wander out where you can't see. This time shall I wait and bleed. I felt the air rise up in me. Kneel down and clear the stone of leaves. I wander out where you can't see. Yes, time shall I wait and bleed. Come on, I'm worthy of our time. The night is bright out this time. Everything is 3D fast for me. My ears are red and cold. The air is standing straight up. This is not the way I picture me. I can't control my shakes. How the hell did I get here? Something about this is very wrong. I have to live out loud. I wish I didn't like this. Is it a dream or a memory?
I am proud of myself that, number one, I'm not jump scared by their masks anymore. Number two, I'm getting to understand these lyrics more and more as I listen to these harder core bands. Remember, guys, I grew up on NSYNC and country music, but the repeated line, I felt the hate rise in me, that suggests this uncontrollable surge of anger or trauma that's resurfacing, which aligns with PTSD-like flashbacks or intense emotional dysregulation episodes. I know I used to emotionally dysregulate when I was in a relationship that was not healthy for me, and I'm not even an angry person, but I would fly off the handle and I'd rage, and then I'd go, what on earth just happened? Who am I? That's not me. And it was just so very strange. The kneeling down and clearing the leaves off the stone, I think obviously that's a reference to a gravestone, and that could be confronting death. That could be him confronting death, either literally mourning someone that has been lost or metaphorically facing one's own mortality. I know this is a really funny place that we pause, sorry about that, but facing one's own mortality. And then I think it just shifts into the surreal experience, the surreal sound of everything being a 3D blasphemy. I think that is it a dream or is it a memory? I think that suggests this derealization where reality feels distorted, and that's actually a symptom that I have felt most prominently, or more prominently than a lot of other symptoms, is that derealization or sometimes depersonalization. And there's this struggle, I think in this case, to distinguish between the past trauma and the present moment, because they can kind of bleed together sometimes. The line, I can't control my shakes. So I was a little bit torn about that. There's how the hell did I get here? That was a tipper for me, because I thought at first, okay, it's panic and anxiety symptoms. You know, you get shaky when you have a panic attack or when you start getting anxiety, but it can also be withdrawal from a substance. And I think the how the hell did I get here really suggests, leans more toward the withdrawal symptoms of that. Though I suppose it could be an addiction to the cycle of pain, but it's a feeling of helplessness and disconnection either way.
I felt the air rise up in me.
actually going to rewind a little bit there because I did want to say, okay, that's a little bit better. Creepier, but a little bit better place to pause. The reference of the Manchurian Candidate, I never read it, but I know that it's a novel about brainwashing. So I think that they're applying like this loss of autonomy as he feels programmed or conditioned to act in a certain way beyond his control. And it's very common when we're struggling with our mental health to feel very powerless over our thoughts, over our actions. And I can say it is laborious to tackle those beasts inside. It really is. I totally understand. But honestly, they're not as scary as you feared once you face them. Which I guess is kind of telling of this band, because if you go back and you watch my first reaction to Slipknot, I'm going, I'm so creeped out right now, because I didn't expect the masks, I don't think. I just remember being very creeped out and very taken aback by that, but things aren't scary once you understand them. Such an intense energy. I think that we should all be leaning into that in some way, like how they're all just headbanging. And I think it was the bass player. I want to know what he uses in his hair because it's incredibly shiny. But how they're all just headbanging and they're all just getting into it and just riles everyone up. I really think that we should all just spend time every day, even if just in our bedrooms alone, just thrashing and moving our bodies and really moving that energy, because it's a very actual helpful way if you're feeling stagnant in your mental health to just move your body. You don't have to be a professional dancer. You don't have to do anything extravagant. I was always the girl at the Zumba class that's, I have no idea what's going on, so I'm just doing this in the back row, but at least I'm moving. But the switch between you and I in the lyrics there, I think that could represent this dynamic of self-blame, of external projection, by alternating between addressing himself when he's saying, I haven't changed a thing, and then saying you haven't learned a thing, and switching to another person. It could signify internal conflict, where he's grappling with his own inability to change, but is also projecting frustration onto someone else, perhaps blaming them for not having learned, for not having figured out how to do better, for not growing with them. So there's definitely this kind of sense of projection there, but I think the back and forth could really represent feelings of disillusionment, of resentment, or a sense of being stuck, maybe in a toxic relationship, maybe a toxic relationship with oneself or with some sort of substance or an addiction or something. But I see it more as either both parties or himself, they're just not able to move forward. But it might also suggest this desire for change that feels personal, but it also feels relational. And that can highlight a sense of emotional distance from a person or of personal stagnation. So I really like I said, this just brings your energy up, that it was brief, it didn't have to go on and on, it just really dove in right away, drug you in, and left you going, yeah, I want more. So I think that definitely served its purpose. Thank you guys for bringing me back to Slipknot. As always, good, bad, and crazy. Make sure you're sharing your mental health stories here in the comments. That is how we shatter the mental health stigma, is by talking about it. Give this video a thumbs up, share it. You never know who might need to see it. And I'll see you guys again real soon. I love you so much. Mwah.